Plenty happening at Shelbourne Park on Saturday night, but the feature was very much the final of the Stayers Classic, the Donal Beatty Memorial Cuchulainn over the 750-yard trip. Before we joined the runners on parade, we caught up with Seán Beatty and spoke of his father, who of course the race is named after.
Father would have been hugely involved in greyhounds from an early age. He went out on his own in 1990, breeding and rearing and training, and would have concentrated. That would have been his main job until the economic downturn in 08-09, and we actually went into boarding kennels then until he passed in March 22. We would have only been down to a very small operation for them years from 2009 to 2019, and we kind of got back into a couple of brood bitches then, and it took off well for us. Sadly, he wasn't around for any of it. The likes of the Oakswin Crafty Javu, winning the Oaks and the Laurels, would have been huge nights, something that he would have been trying for years, and grandfather included, who also passed away in 09. But no, greyhounds was his first love and passion, and when the opportunity arose then to sponsor the Cuchulainn, it was a no-brainer.
As you say, you might have took a step back a while, but you get back into them. It's very hard to get out of them full time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's they're like a drug, It's very hard once it's in you. We're well set up for it at home, just delighted to be sponsored.
One is Prices on Ice for Paul Hennessy, Brian and Kathleen Murphy. Connections have won this in the past with Prices Jet. This adora Patsy Sabbath and Highview Jane. Stamina, very much her forte. She'll be finishing like a train. In two, we have Lenny's Desire, a worthy favourite, a second runner for Paul Hennessy, and for Lee Craze, who's the owner, a son of Signed Ace and Free from Desire. He has been exceptional through the early rounds. A deserving favourite, as I've said, bidding to give Paul Hennessy a third classic winner in 3 weeks. In three, Singalong Polly, such a star over 4 bends, but now a star over 6 bends, it seemed. For Pat Buckley, Gilbert Anderson, one of the luckiest combinations in greyhound racing. This lady, 41-20 in the semis. She repeats that sort of form, she'll be a big player. In 4, Highview Air for Jerry Merriman, Dolores Merriman, a daughter of Orchestrate and Highview Dreamer. She's relatively young. She hasn't won all too many, but she really looks like she's appreciating the 6 bends. She'll stay the 850 yards. They'll have plenty of options with her going forward. 5 is Glengar Silent, a Derby finalist last year, a dog who was backed into close to English Derby favouritism prior to this year's Classic. He has stunning 4-bend pace. He's yet to hit the lids. If he does, he'll make them all run. And out in 6 is Ballymac Chantry for the all-conquering Lean Dowling team. A daughter of Ballymac Cooper and Ballymac Wisdom. She too is capable of a flying start. She hasn't shown it yet in the Cuchulainn. If she did get on the bunny, well, she would take the world of catching. A cracking final to the Donal Beatty Memorial Cuchulainn. A wonderful lineup. We look forward to seeing them in action. And they're in traps, the hair in motion, the runners in 1, Prices on Ice, 2, Lenny's Desire, 3, Singalong Polly, 4, Highview Air, 5, Glengar Silent, and 6 on the outside, Ballymac Chantry. The hare enters the back straight, coming up behind the boxes. They're all set. Off they go, flying start by 1 up the inside, but now 3, Singalong Polly gets loose. In second, 4, Highview Air. On the outside of her is Ballymac Chantry. 2, Lenny's Desire, looking for room up the inside, but it's Singalong Polly leads past the stands from 2, Lenny's Desire, Glengar Silent, Ballymac Chantry, but Singalong Polly is setting a strong gallop. Glengar Silent runs into Lenny's Desire, bit of team tactics perhaps. It's out front, Singalong Polly, she's on by 6, 2 in second, Lenny's Desire, Ballymac Chantry, and Prices on Ice, but up front, Singalong Polly. They haven't seen which way she's gone, and she's going to land the Donal Beatty Memorial Cuchulainn in stunning fashion. Second is 6, Ballymac Chantry, and third is 4, Highview Air. The winning time, 41-23, almost identical to her semi-final run. It's another win in the Cuchulainn for Pat Buckley, and for the luckiest man in greyhound racing, Gilbert Anderson, a wonderful winner, Singalong Polly. And the result of the 2026 Donal Beatty Memorial Cuchulainn, first in brilliant fashion, was Singalong Polly for Gilbert Anderson and Pat Buckley. Second, Ballymac Chantry, and back in third was 4, Highview Air. The winning time, 41-23.
I'm joined by a delighted Emma Buckley. Emma, I must ask first of all, did you parade her or was it Pauline? Oh, there we go. So you just jumped ship to get to the podium. Listen, she ran a cracker. That's only her. I think that's only her 4th or 5th start over 6 bends. Ran a cracking race.
Yeah, very good. For her, the race was about leading early, and she did that. And then your eye was kind of drawn to where everybody else had kind of fallen, but she hit the front and she kept pulling, and that was her game. So yeah, delighted she ran a cracker, and delighted for Gilbert. He's probably the luckiest man I know in greyhound racing, but he's been such a great friend and supporter of our kennel, so no man deserves it more than Gilbert.
Consistency is key in these big finals, and if you look at what you did last week, she did 13.63 to the first line, 13.63 again, and 41.23, only 3 spots off last week's run.
Yeah, we always knew she was going to improve over 6 bend as well, because she's not been over all that much, but she's a star over 4 and 6, and it's great to have a bit that's so versatile that you can go to different kind of comps with. But delighted, and it's great.
Your dad had a certain College Causeway back in 2009 that ran over 750 and then went back and done big things over the Derby trip. Would this be the same?
Yeah, definitely, and she kind of likes to swap around, whether it's a swap of tracker, swap of distance. So yeah, that would be the plan, drop her back down to 4 bends now coming up.
Emma, well done. Go in and enjoy the celebrations. Thank you.